we got to talk about the Bad Batch. It's bad. It's really, really bad. Look, I should preface this. It does have some good parts. Yes, absolutely. There's no denying that. But the mismanagement of the story, and more importantly, the characters. Look, I'll say this. What they did with Echo, chef's kiss. Good. But I think the thing that everyone is in agreement with here, where they did a no bueno, is Scorch. What were they thinking? I mean, this is just... How do you handle a character like that? It is so disappointing, because not only can you tell they took elements from those stories, which of course, I mean, they kind of set the groundwork for it, duh. It's infuriating knowing they want to pick from these old expanded universe stories and then just mistreat it. It's... You have to wonder, like, are they doing it on purpose? Like, as, you know, get back for everyone yelling at them for being woke? It's just... But let's talk about some other stuff of it, too. Let me say, the beginning of them trying to infiltrate the base, like, it seems like it just kind of dragged on for a bit. Like, running around, still not in the base. And then they finally get in, and they basically get their cheeks clapped with, like, no resistance, no fight. Oh, hold on a second. Like, they got clapped, you know? And I get it, you know, it's supposed to be secure base, you know, heavy resistance. But again, it's the Bad Batch. This is supposed to be their job, their specialty. And the argument could be made, well, yes, but they didn't have any real planning going in, and they got pretty beat up from that fight with the animal. But it's just, it's sad to see them take away from those characters to build up another character. You don't have to write like that. I get it. You want to make Omega look good, and I'm for that, whatever, but you don't want to take away from your other characters. And to sacrifice that and kind of like make it her show, and technically it shouldn't really be her show. It's the Bad Batch. It should be all of them. And then the other thing was, with the Clone X program, so no Commander Cody, which I guess that's a good thing, but at the same time, like, it would have made sense to see that, and no Echo, which it kind of would have made sense to see that. Like, why did you have that epilogue in that episode with the Clone X surviving the waterfall, the fall, and then the comments to Crosshair? It's just... And then even in the fight scenes, you see some of the helmets of the clone assassins, or Clone X, whatever. You can tell, like, okay, there's something here. And I'm wondering if the writer kind of had a restraining bolt put on her. Jennifer Corbett, I think. She posted on Twitter, and, like, she seems pretty chill. She was like... I think they kind of held back on her. Like, because that shot of the one helmet, like, you can clearly tell, like, yo, that is Echo's helmet. Or, like, extremely influenced by Echo's helmet. But, for nothing to come of that. And then also, seeing the differences between the Clone Assassins and the Clone X's, like, the build of them was, like... One had like a tech build. You can clearly see it. A very slim frame. The other had like a heavy, a wrecker build. Where he's running towards them with the piece of metal wall. Like, you can clearly tell there's some differences between these guys. And the argument could be made on that account. Oh, Dark Trooper, experimented, cybernetics. But, really? I mean, they did cut off Crosshair's hand, but, like, they weren't planning on, salvaging them, keeping them. Like, I guess you could say they were, because they put them in the capsules, and from what Hemlock said. But the build difference was, like, excessive. You could tell there's some serious differences. I hate these monkeys. Anyways, the way they just unceremoniously just cut it all, like, the way they took some of the shots, you can't tell me I'm the only one thinking they wanted to tell more here. And that's what the real shame is how you have this finale canned in under an hour with everything going on. It was so poorly mismanaged. And like how you had all these other episodes that just kind of, honestly, just wasted time. I will say this, though. How they did the escape with the Zilla Beast, cool. We all saw that coming. But, no attack. The fact that how they handled the infiltration and then Hemlock managing all the craziness going on, and then Tom Wee with the data bank, and then Rampart, which is good. Like you saw, that's what an Imperial is. They're out for themselves. They're only self-interest. But they say nothing was really to be able to be salvaged, like the data banks. But in the first or second episode, we see the Emperor go in the chamber with like all the supposed cloning stuff. Like, none of that got affected. Like, isn't that where all the important stuff is? What do we want to do here? Yep. But the way they got the kids out, awesome. The way they released the Zillow, cool, awesome. I mean, it's kind of confusing of how did you not have more, prevention in mind to stop it? But, like, you got it in the building, and you didn't have any precautions like more blast doors and things to prevent it from getting out, if it ever could get out. You'd think they'd learn from Coruscant, but again, whatever. Them rescuing the clones, awesome. But how they handled the fight scene with them, and they're getting like vibro swords through walls, like it's not how vibro swords work, dude. But and then everyone was talking about thinking somebody's gonna, bite the big one, whether it be Wrecker, Hunter, Crosshair. I don't know. I feel like they kind of got jumbled this season. Like something happened with the writing. Something, whether they got all the stuff going on over at Disney or with all these other shows they're throwing around with like Acolyte, the Tales, the Ahsoka, like things got jumbled is what I'm thinking. And then the epilogue with an older Omega, it's just like they're jumping around. It's just it could have been much better, and it's a shame how they handled this season. Yeah, this ain't going smooth. Of course. But I want to hear what you guys say, but I think we're all in agreement. Like, that was the biggest red flag, is what have you done with Scorch? And from seeing him in the last season, when they rescued Gregor, it was phenomenal. You see him at peak Scorch, doing aerobatics over the elevator, and then stun blast, and then getting the shots on Gregor. The argument could be made that, okay, if Gregor could take a chest shot with his armor, then why can't Scorch? But I feel like they made it pretty clear when you see him getting clapped, he's taking it in the neck, like a few shots in the neck, and then of course the fall. But I have seen some people with some keen eyes taking a screenshot of after target arrives and they're in that hangar in the base. There's an overhead shot, and it looks like it could possibly be Scorch. Possibly, but I kind of doubt it. But maybe one of the animators or one of the people were smart enough to, kind of slide them in. If that's how they handled it, and they don't bring him back, they don't do anything with it, it's just, what are they doing? What? And then how they took out that Sith, the Clone X assassin ship, just, okay, now just a couple, just a couple shots on the engine, and that's how a ship gets, like, and then who took the shot? Was it Crosshair? Because, apparently, now he doesn't have a hand. I guess you could make the argument, okay, was it Hunter, but, and then also, who took the shot to break the chain? And you build up with the story, okay, to get his skill back to make the shots, but it's like, bro just lost his hand. Now he's shooting with his other hand. And I'm not 100% positive they've established, he's really good at ambidextrous, but I'm pretty sure all clones are. Yeah, all clones, I can definitely tell you that they are, but you always see him preference of the right hand. You feel like with everything he's gone through, and then, losing a hand on top of that, and he's making that. But, you can look past that. But that's my biggest gripe, is Scorch. How do you do that? If you're on this team making this story, I think it's safe to say, you're checking in on comments, you're seeing what people are saying, you want to see if the feedback is, hey, people are liking what we're doing. I think we're all in agreement. Everyone's talking about Scorch. And then, okay, hey, everyone seems to like Scorch. Okay, this is how we'll off them. Very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. So I'll say this. For all the people out there that are really just tired of Disney getting away with this stuff, and they just keep going and doubling down on it, I want to say this. There are some really skilled animators out there, either making still 3D art or full-on animations. And I know when they start to get big, I'm sure Disney reaches out to them and says, oh, let's put the kibosh on that. But if more and more people do this and make true animations that call back to what we grew up with the games or with the movies, and not just disgrace it with how they're doing. Just Republic Commando, just remaster it. Battlefront, remaster it. The cutscenes, remaster it. And that's what I'm super excited about with AI, the possibilities of that, which I'm going to do another video on. And then hopefully, by more people doing that, and waking people up to, this is what fans can do, compared to the garbage that Disney is putting out. We want more of this. We don't want this Disney crap. And again, it's money that talks. If they see that their sales are dropping because more people see, hey, these are the people that care. These are the people that have their heart in it, that grew up with the stories, that care about it. They're not trying to push or include every single thing. No, they're sticking to what it is and not make anything more of it, really. So, I want to leave you all with a little treat. Look this up. Tell me what you think. kind of got the vibes with it from today. Just how they sent Scorch out, just crazy, just unreal, so disappointing. It was about 3 a.m. for that crap, man. No, I didn't sleep, but still, like, I know all you others out there are feeling it too. Like, just unreal. But look this up. Let me know what you think. Unless you already know it, good on you. We're already friends if you already know this. But, man, like I said, if you got an interest in animation or fed up with how Disney's doing stuff, and you have an artistic side, look into making your own stuff, you know, and recreating the things how you saw it, how you got inspired or built up to love Star Wars through the things you grew up with it. So the next show is coming out, the 4th, May 4th, of course. We'll see, you know, at least they're all dropping it at once, so that's kind of cool. Hopefully that's good, but let me know what you guys think. Rough. But anyways, I hope you're all doing good. Clear skies.